Hello, I'm John Barboza, and you are watching Hypnotism 101. Before COVID-19, and even more so during the pandemic, hypnotists have become creative in continuing hypnotizing their clients. There are hypnotists who use a microphone to speak to their clients who listen on headphones in another room. And the use of Zoom and other video conference applications allows the hypnotist to work with clients anywhere in the world. I've been hypnotizing people over the telephone for many years, and I've been very successful at it. So I thought I'd share a few tips, explain how it works, the pros and the cons, and some do's and don'ts when working with clients via audio, video, or phone sessions. Preparation is vital when working with audio and long-distance phone and video systems such as Zoom. And becoming familiar with how the devices work is extremely important. So practicing and working the kinks out beforehand is the key. Unforeseen delays during the session because of technical difficulties may happen. And it's annoying enough, but spending several minutes trying to figure out what the glitch is can put a damper on the session. So it's important to educate yourself so that you can expeditiously find the solution and spend more time working with your clients. Now, whenever I have a phone session, it's usually with someone I've previously seen in the office. But there are occasions when it's impossible to see them in the office because they live in another state or country. So if I'm going to do a session strictly on the telephone, I make sure I've spent a sufficient amount of time educating them about hypnosis. It's also important to know that the sessions will be for things such as smoking cessation, or sleep issues, or eating habits, the everyday issues that exist. I won't do any sessions over the phone pertaining to regression where ab reactions are likely to occur. So the first thing I do is the preliminary stuff, gathering information to help us figure out the best approach to take in order to have a successful session. Any paperwork that needs to be read and signed, such as the Client Bill of Rights, can be submitted via email, text, or through the website. Before hypnosis takes place, I go over how we will handle situations that may occur, such as phone noises from incoming calls or text, or interruptions at the residence, such as a knock on the door, or an emergency such as activated smoke detectors. In case of an emergency, the clients are told they will immediately emerge from hypnosis and handle the situation. And I also suggest that any phone noises or background sounds will assist them in relaxing and going deeper into hypnosis. It's also important to know where the phone is placed, either in the client's hand or nearby on speaker mode. But I don't recommend the client or the hypnotist hold the phone because the arm may get tired, or the mute or another button may accidentally be pressed. It's also a good idea to address disconnected phone sessions. I would suggest to the client that if he or she doesn't hear my voice for 1 minute, they will emerge from hypnosis. Making sure the client doesn't have an appointment to go to after the session is also important. It's highly unlikely, but it's a good idea to cover all the bases in case the client ends up falling asleep and the phone battery shuts down. Phone sessions at times are great for both the client and the hypnotist. They can be used in between office sessions or in place of office sessions. And they're convenient at certain times and are equally, if not sometimes more effective than an office session, especially if the client has to drive a distance in stop and go traffic after an 8-hour stressful day at work. Instead, they get the pleasure of being at home in a quiet, relaxed atmosphere, not having to worry about the long drive to and from the session. I'm John Barboza, and this is Hypnotism 101.